Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the Third Coast Racing Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We are coming to you live from COTA, a 2.6 mile road course located in Austin, Texas, where these drivers are going to compete for 35 laps. The weather tonight is 80 degrees out, partly cloudy, track temperature sitting at a pretty warm 93 degrees. So that is going to pose a challenge to these drivers. Many of these guys are oval drivers, don't get to get out on the road courses very much. So we're expecting to see some new faces up front, and maybe some of the faces that we've seen up front in the last 2 weeks fall into the back. We don't really know what to expect here on the Rebel Racing Network, but we do know it is going to be action-packed and worth the watch. And we're going to go over the rules for tonight's event. Just like always, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires and 80% fuel to get this one done. No quick repairs tonight, so if you wreck and you damage your car, you are out. And with that 80% fuel, the pit window looks to be about 26.5 laps, so they will need one pit stop to get this one done. There will also be no full course cautions tonight. For time's sake, no full course cautions. So these drivers are going to have to be very careful to not get spun and ruin any hopes they have at finishing up front. And this could turn into a race of attrition. But as practice comes to an end, we are going to step aside for our TCR driver intros. And it is time to meet your drivers.
Now the moment you all have been waiting for. Who's ready to meet the drivers for TCR Esports? Starting with the number 4 Zyn nicotine pouches, Chevrolet Camaro, racing with Warhorse Racing. Returning from season 1, the driver comes out of Bayfield, Colorado, Jackson Sibley. Your next driver driving the number 5 NOS Energy Chevrolet Camaro, representing Warhorse Racing out of Varysburg, New York. Your returning season 1 driver, Travis Neiman. Starting in the number 8 Rebel Racing Network Chevrolet Camaro, racing for Warhorse Racing, the owner of Bird Wraps Designs out of Red Lion, Pennsylvania, Hunter Geyer. Starting in the number 12, Elemental Keepers Discord Chevrolet Camaro, one of your league admins out of Manistee, Michigan, Ryan Mack. Your next driver representing the Revolution Motorsports, driving the number 18 Discount Tire Toyota Supra. He is your 2025 Season 1 Nashville Super Speedway winner out of Jacksonville, Alabama, Michael Carter. Driving the number 19 Michelob Ultra Ford Mustang, representing Lucky Dog Motorsports. Your 2025 Season 1 TCR 150 runner-up and league owner out of German Valley, Illinois, Dakota Dennis. In the number 20 Easy Go Chevrolet Camaro, coming from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, Dave Stinson. This driver is representing the TCR Esports community, and starting in the number 21 Slim Jim Ford Mustang, your returning driver from season 1 out of Salem, Ohio, Thomas Adams. Racing the number 27 Milwaukee Ford Mustang, representing Door to Door Racing out of Gulfport, Mississippi, Michael Hill. Starting in the number 46 Featherlight Trailer Chevrolet Camaro, representing Lucky Dog Motorsports out of Bright, Indiana, Ray Polking. Racing the number 47 J&D Trucking Ford Mustang, your 4-time 2025 TCR race winner, Lee Hemby. Racing the number 48 Bird Wraps Design Chevrolet Camaro out of Chumuckula, Florida. 2026 TCR Esports rookie James Whitehead. Driving the number 50 53 car. The Toyota Supra, representing Warhorse Racing. Out of Cooperville, Washington, Craig Peterson. A 2026 TCR Esports rookie, starting in the number 60 Google Chrome Ford Mustang, racing for door-to-door racing out of Gibraltar, Michigan, Tristan Haynes, representing the TCR Esports community, and starting in the number 61 Ford Mustang, your returning driver out of Victoria, British Columbia, Nolan Perry. In the Cowboys Classic number 72 Ford Mustang, it's your league admin out of Sacramento, California, Hugh Escobar. Driving the number 87 Autocrafter Chevrolet Camaro, representing Lucky Dog Motorsports out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Craybill. In the number 88 car, representing Trackstar Motorsports, in the Trackstar and Bird Wraps Designs Chevrolet Camaro out of Graham, Texas, Colton, the North Texas Nightmare. Kidding. Running the 91 Nutter Butter Chevrolet Camaro out of Tehachapi, California, Paul Escobar. Your 2025 TCR Season 1 champion and 6-time race winner, representing Revolution Motorsports. Running the number 94 Bowton Enterprises Toyota Supra out of Lanesboro, Pennsylvania, Adam Bowton. Driving the number 97 Chevrolet Camaro, representing Trackstar Motorsports. He's from Hickory, North Carolina, Jason Rochelle. Starting in the number 99 Ride Weights Ford Mustang, your league co-founder out of Altamonte Springs, Florida, representing Castle Motorsports, Marcus De La Garza. In the Team 204, number 204 Hams Beer Toyota Supra out of Port Charlotte, Florida, your returning driver, Ryan Canberra. And now, for your 2026 TCR Esports support staff lineup. In the booth, you have your lead broadcaster and owner of Rebel Racing Network out of Hertford, North Carolina, Austin Householder. And controlling the flag stand for this season, in race control, owner of 213 Simware, Anthony Ludi. And last but not least, we want to thank you all for tuning in and to remember this season. Give her hell, praise Dale, and be like.
All right, and we are back, folks. Practice has just come to an end, and we are getting qualifying underway as we check in with that 46 of Ray Polking starting his qualifying run here. 2 laps here at COTA. We're watching him a little bit through practice. Ray Polking still searching for his first win in the series, and it may come tonight. He has shown some speed laying down the second fastest lap throughout practice. We're going to see if he's going to be able to hold on to that car, and really he's going to have to focus on saving those tires here tonight. But he is a normal front runner here and is looking to continue that here at COTA. His teammate, however, Dakota Dennis, was towards the rear of the field throughout practice. Not quite as fast as we have seen him at the previous 2 tracks. We're going to see if he can recover in qualifying, if he does even decide to qualify. And it looks like we will have about 20 drivers entered in this one. A few scratches. Nolan Perry is not able to make it. Neither is Ryan Comba. Just a few notable scratches here tonight for the 213 Simware Grand Prix. And Daniel entering the chat, rooting for Jason Rochelle. Rochelle still yet to take the track for qualifying, but he did lay down the fastest lap throughout practice, so he's going to be one to keep an eye on here. And checking in with another one of our our fast drivers here in the Third Coast Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Adam Boughton was a top 5 car throughout practice. And one thing this 94 car really excels at is being able to save those tires for later in the race. So I would expect that 94, we will probably see him drop a little bit towards the back of the pack at the beginning of this one. But with about 13 laps in, I think he's going to turn it on and begin to charge to the front. All right, and Daniel giving us the 411 on Jason Rochelle, letting us know he is a phenomenal road course racer. So sounds like Rochelle is one of those drivers that's going to have a lot of experience here on the road courses. And we will check in with another fan favorite, the 8 of Hunter Geyer. If he's not a fan favorite, he's got to be a Rebel Racing Network favorite. You know, as much as I try and remain unbiased, but I do love that paint scheme on that 8 car. He is a predominantly oval racer, so we're going to see what he can do here tonight. And Jason Rochelle now making his way on track for his qualifying run, and he's going to spin it through treacherous turn 1. And turn 1 is going to be interesting here tonight, especially on the start. So last week in NASCAR, things do get crazy when everyone gets bunched up and has to go into turn 1. As of right now, Ray Polkin is sitting on the pole with a time of 1:43.7. Half a second faster than our second place runner right now, Adam Boughton. Another car we haven't talked about here tonight, and I feel like we haven't talked about him much in the previous 2 weeks either, unless it was him finding trouble. That 99 of Marcus de la Garza laying down a fast lap too of 1:44.39. Good enough to take the top 3 out of the drivers who have qualified so far. At 99 of Marcus de la Garza, we always seem to find him up front at the beginning of the race, but trouble tends to find that 99. He's looking to turn his luck around here tonight. So you see him getting loose there. De la Garza's qualifying run will come to an end. Adam Boughton still out there. I think his qualifying run has ended as well. Yes, he will bring that car to a stop. Let's go check in with Jason Rochelle. Still has yet to lay down his first lap time. And you see Rochelle pushing that car as hard as it will go. And he crosses the line, waiting on the time to come in. And Rochelle laying down a quick time of 142.64, over a second faster than the rest of the field. And it looks like we may have a regular SVG on our hands here with that time that Rochelle just laid down. Still a few cars left to qualify, but it looks like Michael Carter's going to sit qualifying out, as well as Thomas Adams, Dakota Dennis, Ryan Mack, Travis Neiman, Hugh Escobar, and Christopher Williams. Looks like they would like to try their luck in the back of the pack, trying to avoid any mayhem that may come out with the start of this race. A smart strategy here with no quick repairs, no full course cautions. Gotta make sure you save that car. Don't beat it up too bad to where it can't cross the line at the end. Once again, I am predicting a race of attrition here. Because there are points on the line. And just a quick update on points. Jay Craybill is our points leader after week 2 with 109 points. Dakota Dennis is in second with 108 points. Dave Stinson in third with 94 points. Ray Polkin in fourth with 93 points. And Adam Boughton currently sitting fifth in points with 91 points. So only 2 races in. That points race very tight, and I would expect to see maybe Ray Polkin and Adam Boughton trying to move up in points here. They have both shown good times throughout practice and qualifying. Jay Craybill also with a top 5 in qualifying, but Dakota Dennis, I think his plan here is just to survive tonight and try and salvage the points out of this race. It looks like qualifying is about to come to an end. We still got Craig Peterson on track. I do not believe he's going to get his second lap in, though. Well, that qualifying does come to an end. And if you give us just a moment here, we will have your starting lineup tonight. All right, and starting on the pole will be that 97 of Jason Rochelle. Ray Polking will start to his outside in second, driving the number 46. Adam Boughton's going to roll off third, driving the number 94. Marcus De La Garza in fourth, driving the number 99. Jay Craybill will start fifth, driving the number 87. Craig Peterson in sixth, driving the number 53. Hunter Geyer will roll off seventh in the 8 car. Joseph Miller in eighth, driving the number 16. Paul Escobar in 9th, driving the 91. Jackson Sibley is going to start 10th, driving the number 4 car. Colton Kinney will be rolling off 11th in the 88. And 12th will be Mike Hill, driving the number 27. Starting 13th will be Dakota Dennis in the 19 car, the first who have not qualified here. Travis Neiman will start 14th, driving the number 5. Michael Carter will roll off 15th in the 18 car. James Whitehead will start 16th, driving the number 48. Christopher Williams going to start 17th, driving the number 25. Ryan Mack in 18th, driving the number 12. Thomas Adams will start 19th, driving the number 21. And Hugh Escobar is going to round out your field in 20th tonight, driving the number 72. And as we wait for them to begin their parade lap, we are going to step aside for a quick word from our sponsors.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
Welcome to Rebel Racing Network, the premier destination for professional iRacing esports broadcasting. We bring the virtual track to life with high-energy race commentary that captures every pass, every pit stop, every photo finish. Our team of expert broadcasters delivers real-time analysis, strategy breakdowns, and the excitement of wheel-to-wheel racing. And before the green flag drops, we set the stage with our signature pre-race flyovers, showcasing each circuit with stunning cinematic visuals that make you feel like you're there in real life. Whether you're chasing a championship or cheering on your favorite team, Rebel Racing Network covers every story, every series.
All right, folks, and the green flag is out. They are off and running. We're going to switch to our blimp view as they go through treacherous turn 1 of the 16 on this track. It looks like we've already got some trouble there in the back, and I do believe that might have been Hunter Geyer back there having trouble with turn 1. Correction, it looks like it was either the 4 of James Whitehead or the 4 of Jackson Sibley or the 48 of James Whitehead. Having some trouble going into turn 1. It looks like Whitehead had to slow down there as they have already got it sorted out. Single file here up front. Jason Rochelle looking to pull away. It looks like Hugh Escobar, Thomas Adams, and Joseph Miller caught up in an incident. Once again, there are no full course cautions tonight, so we are not going to see the yellow flag. So we go back, try and figure out what happened here. Hugh Escobar, the first to be involved in an issue. We're going to check in, see what happened. Maybe just a hard checkup for that 72 car. We go back live, checking in with Ray Polking, currently sitting in second. He has already fallen a second and a half behind that 97 of Jason Rochelle. Rochelle taken off. Now, can he keep up this pace, or is he going to chew up his tires? That is the question. And even if he does chew up his tires, with that kind of gap, is anyone going to be able to catch him?
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Weights also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Weights keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Weights, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
All right, and we do apologize for that, those technical difficulties, folks. For some reason, the ending screen came up on the broadcast. We are not ending. We're going to bring you guys all the action here tonight. Currently looking at that 46 of Ray Polking. We were just talking about him and how he always finds himself up front at the beginning of these races, but one of his biggest struggles thus far has been keeping those tires underneath that car. He has got to take care of his tires tonight because he has the likes of Marcus de la Garza in that 99 car breathing down his neck. We can see on that track map, these drivers starting to get spread out. Thomas Adams and Hugh Escobar both struggling here early on. It looks like Michael Carter may have went off track here. We're going to go check in and see what happened here. Carter overdriving it there, going through the sand trap. One more issue possibly with that 4 of Jackson Sibley being flagged as involved in an incident. Aggressive move to try and get by Dakota Dennis, and Sibley just completely overdrives it. He's got to slow that car down, bring it to a stop. Get that car back on track. It looks like possibly another issue for the 4 of Jackson Sibley as we just went back live. And Jackson Sibley loses it, gets sideways. Looks like he's not going to collect anyone. But definitely one of the struggles we're going to see here tonight with a league that is predominantly oval drivers. Making their first and only trip to a road course here tonight for the Third Coast Racing O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Moving back up towards the front of the pack, that 94 of Adam Boughton. We were talking about him saving tires here early on, and the way he saves his tires throughout most of the race and ends up charging to the front towards the end. He is down 2 or 3 positions from where he started, back to 6th. Currently finds himself 15 seconds behind the leader of Jason Rochelle, 10 seconds behind that 46 of Ray Polking. As one thing this 94 car is going to have to be careful about is how much he wants to save those tires. No cautions to bring him back in. These guys in front of him. He is still within shouting distance of Hunter Geyer and Jay Crable, though. Hunter Geyer laying down some fast times, picking up some positions. Hunter Geyer cracking the top 5 here tonight. He has his sights set on that 87 of Jay Craybill. We're going to keep an eye on this battle here. Moving up to that 99 of Marcus de la Garza. He has shown a lot of speed here, as he normally does throughout practice and qualifying. Trouble normally finds this 99 car during the race, but he is locked in tonight. 7 laps in the books here of the scheduled 35, and he's able to keep that car straight so far. He struggles with turn 1 there, but not going to lose much time to Jay Crable. Looks like Jay Crable also overshot turn 1. But I'm sure I'm probably going to hear about it from him. The fact that I caught that, I was talking about him, and it seems like he always has trouble finding him when I talk about you know, how well he is performing. So we are going to move on to someone else. Go back to this battle behind him, Hunter Geyer and Jay Crable. Hunter Geyer still looking for the opportunity to pass, but he's putting that pressure on Jay Crable, trying to make him make a mistake. And at least use up those tires. And while all this is going on back in the pack, Jason Rochelle still opening up that lead. 6 seconds now over Ray Polking. Ray Polking, though, has some distance between him and the rest of the field. We're seeing these lap times start to drop off now as those tires get some wear and tear on them. Jason Rochelle, his best lap time, a 142.7. His last lap time, though, 145.41, falling off almost 3 seconds for that 97 car. It looks like we do have an update. Hugh Escobar now out of the race. We're going to go back, try and figure out what happened with him. He's been involved in a few incidents thus far. We see Escobar just going sideways again. Doesn't look like any damage to that 72 car, but I think the crew chief just said we're going to cut our losses tonight. Save that car for another day. Thomas Adams still out there. He has just fallen a lap down to Jason Rochelle. Let's see how Ray Polkin handles this lap traffic. Looks like Thomas Adams just getting up out of Ray Polkin's way. We make our way back through the pack. Jay Craybill now closing with Marcus de la Garza. And he's putting some distance between him and Hunter Geyer as well. It looks like we've got a battle heating up between James Whitehead and I do believe that is Colton Kinney there. They go down that front stretch. James Whitehead making the pass and cracking the top 10 for the first time tonight. Whitehead up 6 positions from where he started tonight. Checking in with that 4 of Jackson Sibley. We've seen him up front competing for wins at ovals, but he is struggling here tonight at the road course, down 4 positions from where he started. Now sitting in 16th. Once again, Sibley did have that issue on lap 1, turn 1. Looking to recover, but I think he may have gotten those tires heated up. Possibly continuing to struggle here. He does have his eyes set on this guy right here, though, Dakota Dennis. Dennis just trying to salvage a halfway decent finish to keep his position in points. We go back to the front. Ray Polking still within 6 seconds of Jason Rochelle. It looks like Ray Polking is doing a pretty good job of keeping those tires in check, not overusing them. He's actually laid down faster lap times than Jason Rochelle these past couple laps. Now down to 26 laps to go, and that pit window is going to be open. If I'm that 46 car, I've got to be thinking about maybe short pitting here, trying to get it back out there on fresh tires. If I look at these lap times, I am looking at those lap times of Jason Rochelle, 145.94. Over 3 seconds off his starting pace. Jason Rochelle looks very vulnerable right now on these old tires. And we've got trouble. Dakota Dennis looks like he was involved in an incident. We're going to go back and take a look at that. He's coming down the front stretch going into turn 1. And he's going to lock up his tires. He goes around. Jackson Sibley gets by. Travis Neiman just narrowly misses that 19 of Dakota Dennis. Check it back in with Ray Polking, a much faster lap than Jason Rochelle that last time by. He's closed that gap up by a second there. We ride along on his nose. Still looking at Ray Polking. Those lap times not falling off as much as Jason Rochelle. Looks like Polking has done a very good job of saving his tires. That gap now down to 4.5 seconds between the two. Rochelle looking very vulnerable here. Polking probably the only one in shouting distance of Rochelle. Polking's last lap over a second faster than Jason Rochelle. We see Rochelle coming through the S's. Polking in tow. The gap now down to 4 seconds and dropping. And that battle for fourth between Hunter Geyer and Jay Crable heating up. Jay Crable has caught Marcus De La Garza. Crable's going to go around. De La Garza falls to fourth. De La Garza hitting that curve there, getting those left side tires lifted off, and it looks like Jay Crable maybe using the chrome horn on Marcus De La Garza. That back bumper is definitely bent up on that 99. That damage does look fresh on that 99, so Jay Crable trying to take off. He does not want any retaliation out of that 99. Who is hoping for a podium finish, what would be his first podium finish in the Third Coast Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Hunter Geyer still looking for an opportunity to get by Marcus De La Garza. De La Garza moves high. Hunter Geyer overdrives. That's going to slow both of them down. So now Marcus De La Garza falling off just a little bit. And we've got our first green flag pit stop. Adam Boughton in that 94 car on pit road. Now that someone has pulled down pit road, it's got to be in these leaders' minds. It looks like maybe an issue for Hunter Geyer. Being told to slow up here. But yeah, it's got to be in those leaders' minds about pitting now that Adam Boughton has come down pit road, down to 23 laps to go. Don't have to worry about a green-white checker. But the speed they're showing, their pit window might be a little bit smaller than 26.5 laps. Well, we were talking about Ray Polkin maybe wanting a short pit here, and I think he's got the right idea. He might want to stay out just a few laps longer than Jason Rochelle now, after seeing the way these tires have fallen off on that 97 car. Now a 5-second fall off between the start of this race and now for Jason Rochelle. He is definitely struggling with saving tires here tonight. And he's getting ready to have to deal with some lap traffic as well. Lap traffic probably going to play more of a factor as this race goes on. And Dakota Dennis, I know anything about that 19 driver right there. He is going to make you work for it when it comes to putting him a lap down. I mean, you see it there. Jason Rochelle having to check up big time for that 19 car. Dakota Dennis now going to move out of his way. But a huge checkup, and that allows Ray Polkin to get within a second of Jason Rochelle. Now Polkin moving to the right side of Rochelle. I don't know if he's going to get him here going into turn one. These drivers are staying out, though. Keep in mind, we are only 15 laps into this one. So not even past halfway. We are going to check in with the Lucky Dog Motorsports radio just to see if we can catch anything going on, what Ray Polkin is saying on the radio.
You got nothing for the broadcast, bud.
All right, and there you have it from Dakota Dennis. Nothing for the broadcast. So nothing but quiet and concentration out of that 46 of Ray Polkin. And Polkin has made his move on Jason Rochelle. Polkin now our leader and opening up that gap over Rochelle. We're going to check it back in with that 11 of Adam Boughton, still on the lead lap after his pit stop. But he has dropped back to 11th. We're going to see if the short pit strategy is going to work for that 94 car. Even with those fresher tires, though, his lap times not keeping pace with the likes of Ray Polkin, Jason Rochelle, and the rest of the top 5 drivers. Speaking of top 5, Marcus de la Garza continuing to fall off here on those tires. Currently sitting in 5th, but Craig Peterson right along on Craig Peterson's nose, but he is closing in quick with Marcus de la Garza. De la Garza, one of those drivers that has got to be thinking about heading down pit road. We are approaching the halfway point. It looks like a lot of these drivers probably going to try and stretch out to the halfway point. It's Ray Polkin and Jason Rochelle now approaching 3 lap cars. We're going to see how this plays out for them. Polkin with a 2-second lead over Rochelle. Before green flag pit stop start, we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated.
All right, and we are back. While we were waiting for that commercial break, Travis Neiman, Jason Rochelle, Joseph Miller coming down pit road. So Rochelle getting some fresh tires on that Chevrolet there. Ray Polking putting 40 seconds between him and Rochelle. His lead now out to 18 seconds over Jay Craybill. Hunter Geyer, after working his way around Marcus de la Garza, has managed to reel Jay Craybill back in. We're going to see if he can find an opportunity to make a pass here. Looks like Marcus de la Garza may have ran into trouble here on lap 17. We're going to go back and see what happened here. De la Garza locking up his brakes. He gets that car sideways. Avoids any contact though. And another incident, looks like this time involving Travis Neiman. Neiman getting squirrely there. And he will just overdrive it and get his car sideways as well. So Ray Polking now on pit road. He is out. Craig Peterson going to take over the lead here. Peterson still has yet to pit. And looking at those last two incidents, especially with Travis Neiman, he had just come down pit road. You can see just how much these new tires are going to change that handling once they You know, cold tires, 100% grip, going to change the handling of these cars, and it could be a bit of a shock to these drivers because they have to get their feet underneath them once again with the fresh tires. De La Garza coming down pit road though, and you can see all that rear end damage on that 99. I do believe that was courtesy of the 87 of Jay Craybill. So Jason Rochelle going to go back to the lead here. After Ray Polkin has to pull it down pit road, we still have 17 laps to go in this one. Polkin going back to second, a 2-second gap between them. Polkin with a faster lap time last time by. And this is our halfway point. It looks like Polkin going to have 3-lap newer tires than Jason Rochelle. A correction, maybe just 1 lap between the two on tires. It looks like we've got an issue out of the 18 of Thomas Adams. We're going to check in, or I'm sorry, the 21 of Thomas Adams. Looks like he just overdrove the corner there. He goes off track. So Rochelle now opening up the gap on Ray Polkin. Polkin with the fresher tires. And he was able to catch him before the end of that pit stop window. So I would expect Ray Polkin just being smooth, doing what he's been doing. I think he could definitely challenge Jason Rochelle for the lead. Rochelle's tires fell off tremendously at the end of his run. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it here. So we wait to see Ray Polkin's lap time now that he's gotten that car back up to speed. Ray Polkin running almost identical lap times to the leader, Jason Rochelle. Checking back in with Hunter Geyer, working his way by his teammate who's a lap down. Jay Craybill has now put some space in between him and Hunter Geyer. Hunter Geyer caught there in lap traffic. So he's going to try and work his way by that 88 of Colton Kinney. We are checking in with Jason Rochelle now. It looks like Colton Kinney, Hunter Geyer may have been caught up in an incident here. They're being shown on the scoreboard. Colton Kinney overdriving there. He's going to keep that car straight, but it looks like Colton Kinney gets into Hunter Geyer, sending Geyer around. Jackson Sibley going to give Kinney a shot in the back. We're going to check in with the radios of Colton Kinney and Jason Rochelle. Jason Rochelle, your leader. Colton Kinney just got that shot in the back.
Yeah, Jason, my fucking wheel's pointed like all the like at a slight angle to the right, so I've got like no left side steer.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm just trying to save tire because this sumbitch is coming back on me again.
All right. It sounds like Colton Kinney having some steering issues after that incident. Some colorful language from them. Unfortunately, we do not have the beep button. But you heard Jason Rochelle. He is thinking about saving tires. Is Ray Polking is trying to catch back up. Checking in with Ray Polking. He was about half a second faster than Jason Rochelle that last time by. Rochelle trying to find a balance between being fast and saving those tires. Looks like we do have some traffic. Dakota Dennis just working his way by Travis Neiman. That was for, I'm sorry. Yes, Travis Neiman, that was for position. So now down to 13 laps to go in this one. Jason Rochelle trying to keep some lap traffic in between him and Ray Polking. Gap currently sitting at 3.8 seconds. And the race will be between Jason Rochelle and Ray Polking. Jake Craybill, 18 seconds behind second place runner Ray Polking, and he has put some distance in between him and Hunter Geyer now. Geyer, after that incident with Colton Kinney, is a tall order to fill if he wants to get back to Jay Craybill. Marcus De La Garza, even with that rear end damage, does have the chance to try and make up some time here on Hunter Geyer after Hunter Geyer was involved in that incident. Marcus De La Garza had speed at the beginning of his run. Hunter Geyer, though, he locks up his tires yet again. That's going to allow Marcus De La Garza in that 99 to try and make up a little bit more time. And we will go to the blimp view to just watch this gap between Jason Rochelle and Ray Polking. Currently looking at Rochelle opening up the gap to 3.4 seconds. Now down to 11 laps to go. Ray Polking about a half a second faster than Jason Rochelle the last time by. And Rochelle does have lap traffic in front of him. Thomas Adams going to get out of his way. But he has got Ryan Mack just in front of him. We're going to see if Ryan Mack's going to let him by. No reason for Mack to race Jason Rochelle. But Rochelle has got to pick the right spot to attempt this pass. Oh, looks like Ryan Mack and Adam Boughton involved in an incident. Those two weren't together. We're going to go back and see what happened with both of them. Currently looking at the 94 of Adam Boughton. Adam Boughton just overdriving, almost plows that 94 car into the wall. As his teammate Michael Carter goes by him. Checking in with Ryan Mack. Ryan Mack gets loose. He goes around. And he will hit the wall there. Front end damage. Jason Rochelle gets by cleanly, though. So now down to 10 to go. Rochelle showing some speed here, opening up that gap between him and Ray Polking to almost 6 seconds. But we are going to step aside for one more quick commercial break before this one comes to an end.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before. From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle, quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back, folks. Jason Rochelle making his way through lap traffic now. Trying to keep that gap over Ray Polking. Polking also having to deal with the same lap traffic. Polking getting ready to go to work on that 94 of Adam Boughton. It looks like an issue for Travis Neiman. We're going to go back and see what happened here. Neiman in turn 1 just overdrives it, sends that car around, ends up in the grass. We're now down to 8 laps to go. Looking at Ray Polking. Again, almost identical lap times between him and Jason Rochelle. We look at the last lap times. Comparing these guys. Rochelle now showing more speed than Polking. The gap opening up to 7 seconds. Joseph Miller now involved in the incident. We're going to go see what happened to him. Miller just over driving it, trying to keep that car straight. He goes off track, ends up sideways. It appears now down to 7 laps to go. Jason Rochelle saving those tires. Doing a better job at saving tires than Ray Polking here in the second half of this one. Polking about 2 seconds slower the last time by. We're going to get a quick update on the weather here, folks. Looks like that temperature has actually gone up just a little bit since the race started. Sky conditions still partly cloudy, but that track temperature definitely heating up with that outside air temperature heating up. And when we did look at the forecast, it did look like the practice session started with mostly cloudy skies. Those clouds are clearing, so that track temperature is going to heat up with that sun beating down on it. And with these hot temperatures, Jason Rochelle really finding his niche and able to hold off Ray Polking for the time being. But this is about the point last run where Ray Polking was able to start gaining some ground. We haven't seen the lap time fall off out of Jason Rochelle this go round. It looks like Thomas Adams caught up in an incident. We're going to check in with that 21 car. He's already got some front end damage. Looks like some steering damage as well. As Thomas Adams goes around. Travis Neiman also having some issues here. Neiman going around, but he's going to keep that car rolling. Not even going to come to a complete stop for him. Jason Rochelle continuing to open up this gap over Ray Polking in that 46 car, now out to 8 seconds. And it definitely does look like Ray Polking Definitely trying to take it just a little bit slower, take care of those tires this second run. At this point in the run, from the initial start, Rochelle was able to open up that gap to 15 seconds or more. This time we only see him opening up that gap to 8 seconds over Ray Polking, and Polking had the advantage before they came on pit road. Now down to 5 laps to go in this one. No lap traffic between Rochelle and Polking, but Rochelle is coming up on the lap traffic of James Whitehead. Whitehead still a lead lap car. We're going to see if Whitehead fights to stay on the lead lap here as Polking approaches him. Before we go, take a look at that, though. Marcus de la Garza going off track. Got to check in. He gets loose. Maybe got those wheels up in the air, bouncing off that curb. Not what that 99 wanted to see. De La Garza, though, sitting in 6th. And I do believe that would be, if he does come home in 6th, that would be his best finish of his career here in the TCR Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Shell still approaching this lap traffic. That gap dwindling now down to 7 seconds between him and Ray Polking. Polking about a half a second faster than Rochelle last time by. At that pace, that's not enough for Polking to catch back up to Rochelle, but Rochelle's got to deal with his lap traffic. His team. Polking has caught Kenny. What is Kenny going to do with it? If I'm Kenny, I've got to be thinking about helping out my teammate. But Polking going to get by. Does not look like it's going to be much of a factor. He gets him on the straightaway. Polking over a second and a half faster than Rochelle that last time by. Rochelle getting by that 5 of Travis Neiman, still caught in lap traffic. Still approaching that lap traffic of James Whitehead. Whitehead overdrives and puts that car in the wall. It looks like more issues for Marcus de la Garza. We go back and check in with him. He's involved in an incident. De la Garza almost hitting the wall there. Travis Neiman also caught up. Travis Neiman just over driving the corner there. We head back to Jason Rochelle. Now that he's cleared that lap traffic, starting to open up that gap, and it looks like Ray Polking may have struggled a little bit with James Whitehead. Now that Jason Rochelle's got that lap traffic cleared. Don't know. Ray Polkey now clearing the lap traffic as well, but that white flag is in the flagman's hands. Jason Rochelle taking the white flag in the 213 Simware or Grand Prix. Ray Polkey 5 seconds back, and he just needs Jason Rochelle needing to not make a mistake. Ray Polkey hoping Rochelle makes a mistake here. He was about a second faster than Rochelle that last time by. Rochelle looking for a perfect last lap. Rochelle approaching that 4 of Jackson Sibley. Ray Polking's gap down to 4 seconds between him and Jason Rochelle. Only 2 more corners for Rochelle, though. As they go through turn 16, Jason Rochelle getting underneath Jackson Sibley. They come down the stretch. Jason Rochelle is going to take the checkered flag in the 213 Simware Grand Prix. Ray Polkin coming home second. And it looks like Jay Craybill yet to finish, but unless he makes a mistake, he will come home third here tonight. As Jason Rochelle got to make that long cool down lap back around to park that car right there at the start and finish line. He has got to be ecstatic here tonight. And we just await our interviews with the top 3 here as they make their way slowly around the track. And they will park it here on the front stretch. We're going to go ahead and start our interviews. We're going to start with that third place finisher of Jay Craybill. Jay, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Austin, how you doing, brother?
Probably not as good as you guys over there at Lucky Dog Motorsports. What a way to start the season. Countless podium finishes for you guys. How does it feel?
It's great. It's putting them laps in and getting the results just feels amazing.
Well, we know you guys are working hard, and you and Ray Polking, both teammates, both up here on the podium. That hard work is definitely paying off for you guys. But I've got to talk about tonight's race, man. We were watching you try and hold off Hunter Geyer for multiple laps there in that first run. You guys caught up to Marcus de la Garza, who had a solid start to this race, and we missed your pass on Marcus de la Garza, but we noticed there was some damage to de la Garza's back bumper. Any idea how he might have got that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, I didn't buy this track. I've never been on this track until about 20 minutes before Atlanta last week. I feel like I'm pretty decent at road, but I've never seen this track. I actually hated this track. I didn't like watching it. I didn't like the idea of it. But I've been putting in them laps, and but the problem is during all this practice we've done, it's all single car runs. I think I only saw another car during all the practices we ran once, and he was pulling away from me the whole time. So I had no idea how to pass another car on this track. And I roughed Marcus up a little bit on accident. I feel terrible about it. I will definitely go talk to him after the races, but it's just, I think we're all kind of on new territory here.
All right, and yeah, we definitely covered that. New territory. A lot of oval racers in this league may not be putting the time in on the road courses. weren't sure what to expect here tonight, but we knew we were probably going to see some beating and banging in the corners, and definitely a lot of overdriving going into the corners. So sounds like there's going to be no hard feelings. Glad to hear that. We're going to let you get on out of here, but before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, of course, always my wife and daughter for missing me here. Let me do this on a weekday. The team, Dakota and Ray and Lee over there at Lucky Dog, especially Ray. Him and I worked together a lot this last couple of days. He gave me a lot of tips, helped me through the S's. And then, of course, my sponsors, Auto Crafters, Advantage Chassis, Brad Built, all the guys that helped me on my real life race car. And, of course, you up in the booth.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here, celebrate another podium here. And we will see you guys back here next week.
Yeah, we'll see you in Phoenix.
All right. Thank you. All right. Once again, that was Jay Craybill coming in third tonight. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Ray Polking. Ray, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All right, man. Congratulations on a second place finish. And I'm sure you guys heard me pop into your booth trying to catch a little bit of radio chatter as you were trying to chase Jason Rochelle down. Take us through that first run and then that second run. What happened differently? We saw you able to run Rochelle down in the first run, but the second run not so much.
Yeah, so there wasn't much chatter because I was really concentrating trying to catch him. I said, but he took off real quick in the first run. I think he burned his tires up. I was able to catch him late in the first run there, and our second run I think he wised up and kind of backed the pace down on the second run, and I wasn't able to get him. Plus traffic was a real pair tonight. It was hard to pass with the lap cars, even though they were giving way. It still messes up your rhythm.
Yeah, we were watching everything with the traffic, and it definitely looked like you got caught in lap traffic. If this race were just a couple of laps longer, or maybe the 40 laps, we were watching your times, and you were about 2 seconds faster than Jason Rochelle that last lap. That in mind, do you wish you would have done anything different with your pit stop strategy?
No, I think it did about as best I could do there. Maybe pitting one lap earlier, pit it with him maybe, but I said, he changed his strategy on the second half, so I don't know if it would have made much difference.
All right. Well, we know, you've been hunting for your first win here in the TCR Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series for a season and a few races now. Are you looking forward to Phoenix? How do you feel going into that race?
Yeah, I like Phoenix a lot. That's a pretty good track. I said, I kind of feel let my team down because the Lucky Dogs, they've already won the first 2 races this season. If we could have got this one, we could have got the first 3, but.
Well, of this season, and y'all are definitely proving that you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with as the season goes on. So, don't feel like you let them down too much, because I tell you what, you guys probably have a target on your back right now after dominant performances in the first 3 races.
I appreciate that.
All right. But we appreciate you, man, putting on a great show. We're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, anyone you want to shout out?
Just you guys up there, Austin, you do a good job, the broadcast and the admins of this league. And then a special shout out to my brother who's probably watching on YouTube. And I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man. We will see you next week. Have a good evening, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. All right, once again, that was Ray Polking coming in second here tonight. We're going to move on to our race winner, though, Jason Rochelle. Jason, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Austin. How you doing?
Probably not as good as you with that first place finish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and you do have some fans up in the chat. Daniel, I'm not even going to try the last name because I know I'm going to butcher it.
Byerly. Yeah, I know Daniel.
Yep, he was telling me, keep an eye out for you. What a phenomenal road course racer you were, and you definitely put that show on tonight. And we kind of compared you to SVG at the beginning of the race here. But towards the end of that first run, Ray Polking was able to get by you. We came into your radio room, tried to get a little bit of radio chatter out of you guys. What did you do differently on that second run to make sure he couldn't get you?
I changed my strategy up on the fly there. On the first run before pits, my strategy, I was like, I'm just going to try to get as far away from everybody as I can, and they'll just have to catch me once the tires go away. And I was hoping to make it to lap 17 and still have some kind of a lead, but about lap 10, I really overdrove the car, especially through the more technical part on the back half of the track, like sector 2. And once I pitted, I started changing my gearing up. So where I was shifting into second, coming out of some of the turns, I started going to third and just keeping from tire spin and just trying to, conserve as much tire as possible. It worked out. I kept watching my timer. Ray had me nervous there at the end. That last stint, I started looking. I could see him a couple turns back, and I was like, gosh, if I could just keep this thing together, I might have it.
Yep, we were watching you guys intently. It seemed like the whole back half of the race. You opened up that gap to 8 seconds. We could definitely tell something had changed. Before it was 16 seconds. But the last couple laps, Ray Polkin really turned it on. The last lap, he was 2 seconds faster. Were you just taking it easy that last lap, trying not to make a mistake and cost yourself the win, or were you pushing that car as hard as it would go?
It's a little bit of both. I was trying to drive it as hard as I could, but at the same time, I was really backing up my brake and my entries because I didn't want to make a mistake, hit a curb, and spin. So I was watching it, and I was like, if I can keep him within at least about 4 seconds, I'll probably be all right. But he started eating into it there that last half of that lap. So everything worked out pretty good. But, yeah, that last lap, I was trying to drive it as hard as I could, but also trying not to let it get out from under me.
All right, well, it paid off. We're going to let you get out of here and start the celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to thank Trackstar Racing for the paint schemes and getting us into all the different leagues and the races. And, man, it's just, and thanks the guys that run the league, it's awesome. I love this league. This is great and great racing, and can't wait to see where how we do next week.
All right, and we are excited for Phoenix next week here as well on the Rebel Racing Network. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. We'll let you get on out of here, start that celebration. Have a good evening, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and once again, that was Jason Rochelle coming in first here tonight, taking the checkered flag in the 213 Simware Grand Prix. We're going to go ahead and run through our official results here. And once again, Jason Rochelle took home the win. Ray Polking finishes second. Jay Crable in third. Hunter Geyer finishes fourth. In fifth place was Craig Peterson. Marcus De La Garza finishes sixth. James Whitehead in seventh. Adam Boughton finishes eighth. Michael Carter in ninth. Joseph Miller finishes 10th. Paul Escobar in 11th. Mike Hill comes home 12th. Jackson Sibley will finish 13th. Travis Neiman in 14th. Colton Kinney comes home 15th. Dakota Dennison 16th. Thomas Adams finishes 17th. Ryan Mackin 18th. 19th was Hugh Escobar. And 20th was Christopher Williams, who unfortunately did not make the start of the race. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for tuning into the Rebel Racing Network tonight. Make sure you are back here next Wednesday evening at 8:30 for the Third Coast Esports O'Reilly Autos Parts Series live from Phoenix Motor Speedway. And stay tuned, because in April, we do have a new league joining us on Sunday nights. The American Esports Racing Association will be making their debut live from Daytona on April 5th. Make sure you guys stay tuned in for that. Until next week, though, this is Austin Householder signing off. Everyone have a good evening.